Yo, man, it's the kid, yo, what up, man? So, Parasite, paracetamol, paraseptic, antiseptic. So, look, this film was hyped up. This film was really hyped up, and I think, whenever a film is really hyped up, you always go in like, oh my gosh, with huge, high expectations and everything. So, let me just, straight off the bat, so remember, this is going to be a non-spoiler review to begin with, then, so it's going to be a spoiler version after, so this is the non-spoiler version. So, I won't spoil anything. So, coming in with high expectations, you're obviously expecting something truly great. So off the bat, this isn't a masterpiece. This isn't one of the greatest films ever made. Let's just start there. This is not one of the greatest films ever made. This is a very, very good film, and easily one of the best films of 2019 for sure. Because it's such an original, fresh idea. One, two, executed to pretty much near perfection. Because you can have a great idea, and I've seen many great ideas, but they're not really executed well. This is a great idea executed to perfection. So, directed by Bong Joon-ho, and I need to watch Okja. I think Okja is what he's known for, and I kept hearing about the film, but I didn't see it. I believe he did Snowpiercer. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he did Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a damn good film. I've watched it twice. Tilda Swinton, Chris Evans, and so forth. Quality film. So obviously very, very good director. So Bong Joon-ho doing this whole damn film. Korean cinema is very good. Because a lot of people talk about, Old Boy is obviously perhaps the most famous Korean film. I keep telling people about the Chaser. One of my friends recommended it to me. For me, The Chaser is the best Korean film I've seen. I think The Chaser might be even better than this. The Chaser is an amazing film with a haunting ending. But that's not about that. So Korean film is really, really on the rise, and I think what you're seeing that if they get more exposure, and you see Korean films now really get much more into sort of the Hollywood kind of mainstream, but they still get their creativity, I think they will be at the forefront of really changing film and cinema and now UV cinema. So this being a non-spoiler, and because I hate spoilers, it is very important that I don't want to spoil this film. I don't want to spoil this film. I want to try and ensure and make sure that because I went into this film knowing nothing. I knew nothing about this film, and I just think that's just what made it stronger for me. So just again, I want to give you as little information as possible because you have to watch this film. So all I'm going to give you is this. It's about a family and how a family infiltrates the home of a rich family. That's it. Nothing more. I ain't giving you any more. So do you think that? Okay. Because you could read that in many different ways. But the beauty of this film and the genius of this film, because Bong Joon-ho both directed it and wrote it, and the idea just came to him. The genius of this film is how they infiltrate and the intelligence way in how, oh my God, because I'm even just remembering the film now, the way in which they influence and just how meticulous it's done and just how it just gradually builds. Woo! Like it's amazing. It's flipping amazing, But I'm gonna look at some guys, man. I mean, for me, the standout performances, because I think I've got to save separate praise for Bong Joon-ho. Before I go back to Bong Joon-ho, I'm gonna look at Kang Ho-sung. He plays obviously the father. And he's hilarious, because I think he's sort of like because this is a poor family. And I think a kind of subtext in this film is giving you a commentary, not banging you on the head, but just like a subliminal subtext commentary on rich and poor and the kind of issues of society between those two walls of the rich and the poor. And you just see how Bong Joon-ho just very sparingly pokes and just throws a few little jabs as to the divide between rich and poor. So Kang Ho-sung, I just think he was really good because I think he's kind of like the very kind of gritty kind of dad and father and everything, and he's his mannerism, and I just think his facial expression, I just think it's great. I think so much of acting is told through the eyes and through the face, not through the words. And I just thought his facial acting, just how he was able to present this character, this dad was great, but also some of the, because this film has a lot of comedy. And it's not slapstick comedy, but it's like, it's situational comedy, and the comedy comes out of the amazing situations that are created in this film. And I think some of the best comedy probably comes from him, and just how he sort of delivers his lines and so on. So I just thought it was really good. But for me, let me even go to, for me, who I thought was the best in this film. Then obviously, I've got to give a shout out to, hopefully, I hope I'm not messing on his names, Hee Jin Jang. She plays the mom. She plays the mom, so obviously the wife of Kang Ho Song, and she's also really good because again, you could tell like if she's pretty much the leader of the family. Like the dad may be like the head of the family, but I think the real leader and the real heart and soul of the family, I think, is her. And she also has there's one bit. Again, I don't want to read it, but there's one thing that she does in the film that you're like, what? Crazy. So obviously, if you've watched it, you've obviously got to review the spoiler when you actually reveal what she does. But I thought she was really good. But the chemistry, and this is the key thing, the chemistry between her and Kang Ho Song was great. Because I mean, you knew the nature of like their relationship and their marriage just by the interactions that they had between one another. So I just thought, in that sense, that was really cool, and I think that was great there. But I think for me, the standout for me, and I think I just thought she was great. So if we're saying anyone should be open for like awards and everything, she should definitely be open for an award. I mean, Jeong Eun Lee. Hopefully, I'm not messing up the name. Jeong Eun Lee, who plays the maid in this, she was fantastic. And I think I don't want to ruin this, man. But she plays a character, but you see two sides of her character. That's the best I can say it. And the way that she presents two sides of her character based on what goes on in the film and how things change in the film, I think it's great. When you see one aspect of her character, when you see one aspect of her character, like, oh, she's a bit. And when you see the other aspects of her character, like, oh my gosh. So and there's one scene she has in this, and I think people know. There's just one kind of standout scene that she has, where you're like, oh wow, she really flexed her acting muscles. But I think the biggest praise has to go to Bong Joon-ho. You see, a great film is a great film, But if let's say I have two great films, and one great film it's a great film, beautifully well done, well shot and everything. But it's something I've seen before. I'm like, I've seen it before. It's still great, but I've seen it before. But then there are other great films where I've never really seen anything like this before. I've watched a lot of films, guys. I'm a film junkie. I've never seen a film quite like Parasite. And even if there's been a film like Parasite, I don't think it has been done in the way this has. The story is so original, and the way that it is done, and the way that Bong Joon-ho breaks it down is amazing, because there are just I almost forgot. I can't remember the last time when I was watching a film where I was like, what? Because, and that's just how good the film is, the story is, and the directing. Because you know that it's a film, so you're like, okay, no, why? And I know that this is real. And that's just the quality of the story and the directing. The situations that Bong Joon-ho creates feel so organic and feel so real. You feel like you're there, you're right there. And most of the story takes place in a house. Most of the stories takes place in a mansion and in a house. But there is so much tension that it builds. So many amazing... There's so many crazy. I think that's just the beauty about Korean film, that they just do things and they just go further than what you see in Hollywood films or any other films. I mean, just see the kinds of things that happen. You're like, oh my, this is This is crazy. This is flipping crazy, man. So yeah, Parasite 100% recommended, and you see, tier 1. So right up, this 100% gets a tier 1 rating. Obviously, the chief rating is the mastermind, but this gets my tier 1 rating. It's a film that just has to be seen. And you owe it. Even if you like film or you don't film, you owe it to yourself to see this film, because I can assure you that I would not understand anybody who watches this film that isn't somehow affected by this film, because you've not really seen anything like this before. And this is what we want from cinema. Things that are just fresh. Stories that are completely fresh that we've not seen before, because it adds to the excitement, it adds to the engagement we have within the film, and also it lasts and it stays within our memory. And I just think, shout out to Bong Joon-ho. And as I said, it's not this masterpiece. Oh my God, this is one of the greatest films of all time. No, it's not that. But my God, this is a very good film. This is a really, really good film, and you owe it yourselves to watch this film. I mean, it is A1, so tier 1. Remember to like the vid. Remember, if you're new, to also subscribe to the channel as well by hitting the subscribe button below. Peace.